for the touchdown!
Rodriguez rolls out to his right, throws it back in the end zone, intercepted in the back of the end zone.
And fires, deflected, no, rebound, score!
The handball shot, off the post, score!
Let's try a kick, goes in!
Taken away on a stretcher, shot, score! Cornell down the field, end zone! That is a touchdown!
In and oh, the ball's loose. He'll cough it back up and he'll get across for the touchdown.
Rodriguez rolls out to his right, throws it back in the end zone, intercepted in the back of the end zone.
And fires, deflected, no, rebound, score!
The handball shot, off the post, score!
Let's try a kick, goes in!
Taken away on a stretcher, shot, score! Cornell down the field, end zone! That is a touchdown!
In and oh, the ball's loose. He'll cough it back up and he'll get across for the touchdown.
Rodriguez rolls out to his right, throws it back in the end zone, intercepted in the back of the end zone.
And fires, deflected, no, rebound, score!
The handball shot, off the post, score!
Let's try a kick, goes in!
Taken away on a stretcher, shot, score! Cornell down the field, end zone! That is a touchdown!
In and oh, the ball's loose. He'll cough it back up and he'll get across for the touchdown.
Rodriguez rolls out to his right, throws it back in the end zone, intercepted in the back of the end zone.
And fires, deflected, no, rebound, score!
The handball shot, off the post, score!
Let's try a kick, goes in!
Taken away on a stretcher, shot, score! Cornell down the field, end zone! That is a touchdown!
In and oh, the ball's loose. He'll cough it back up and he'll get across for the touchdown.
Rodriguez rolls out to his right, throws it back in the end zone, intercepted in the back of the end zone.
And fires, deflected, no, rebound, score!
The handball shot, off the post, score!
Let's try a kick, goes in!
Taken away on a stretcher, shot, score! Cornell down the field, end zone! That is a touchdown!
In and oh, the ball's loose. He'll cough it back up and he'll get across for the touchdown.
Rodriguez rolls out to his right, throws it back in the end zone, intercepted in the back of the end zone.
And fires, deflected, no, rebound, score!
The handball shot, off the post, score!
Let's try a kick, goes in!
Taken away on a stretcher, shot, score! Cornell down the field, end zone! That is a touchdown!
In and oh, the ball's loose. He'll cough it back up and he'll get across for the touchdown.
Rodriguez rolls out to his right, throws it back in the end zone, intercepted in the back of the end zone.
And fires, deflected, no, rebound, score!
The handball shot, off the post, score!
Let's try a kick, goes in!
Taken away on a stretcher, shot, score! Cornell down the field, end zone! That is a touchdown!
the ball's loose. He'll cough it back up, and he'll get across for the touchdown.
Rodriguez rolls out to his right, throws it back in the end zone, intercepted in the back of the end zone.
And fires, deflected, no, rebound, score!
The handball shot off the post, score!
Let's try a kick, goes in!
Taken away on a stretcher, shot, score! Cornell down the field, end zone! That is a touchdown!
In, and oh, the ball's loose. He'll cough it back up, and he'll get across for the touchdown.
Rodriguez rolls out to his right, throws it back in the end zone, intercepted in the back of the end zone.
And fires, deflected, no, rebound, score!
The handball shot off the post, score!
Let's try a kick, goes in!
Taken away on a stretcher, shot, score! Cornell down the field, end zone! That is a touchdown!
In, and oh, the ball's loose. He'll cough it back up, and he'll get across for the touchdown.
Rodriguez rolls out to his right, throws it back in the end zone, intercepted in the back of the end zone.
And fires, deflected, no, rebound, score!
The handball shot off the post, score!
Let's try a kick, goes in!
Taken away on a stretcher, shot, score! Cornell down the field, end zone! That is a touchdown!
In, and oh, the ball's loose. He'll cough it back up, and he'll get across for the touchdown.
Rodriguez rolls out to his right, throws it back in the end zone, intercepted in the back of the end zone.
And fires, deflected, no, rebound, score!
The handball shot off the post, score!
Let's try a kick, goes in!
Taken away on a stretcher, shot, score! Cornell down the field, end zone! That is a touchdown!
In, and oh, the ball's loose. He'll cough it back up, and he'll get across for the touchdown.
Rodriguez rolls out to his right, throws it back in the end zone, intercepted in the back of the end zone.
And fires, deflected, no, rebound, score!
The handball shot off the post, score!
Let's try a kick, goes in!
Taken away on a stretcher, shot, score! Cornell down the field, end zone! That is a touchdown!
In, and oh, the ball's loose. He'll cough it back up, and he'll get across for the touchdown.
Rodriguez rolls out to his right, throws it back in the end zone, intercepted in the back of the end zone.
And fires, deflected, no, rebound, score!
The handball shot off the post, score!
Let's try a kick, goes in!
Taken away on a stretcher, shot, score! Cornell down the field, end zone! That is a touchdown!
In, and oh, the ball's loose. He'll cough it back up, and he'll get across for the touchdown.
Rodriguez rolls out to his right, throws it back in the end zone, intercepted in the back of the end zone.
And fires, deflected, no, rebound, score!
The hand
And we welcome you inside of Gaudet Field in Middletown, Rhode Island. And it is, yes, cold, rainy, foggy once again on a Saturday afternoon as we play NCAA lacrosse in the Triple C as the Salve Regina Seahawks take on the Endicott Gulls. Matt Ellis in the broadcast booth. Thank you so much for tuning in. Hopefully, wherever you are, you're a lot warmer and drier than here. Endicott has already picked up one win on the day. The men's team beat Salve earlier this afternoon. As we settle in here around 3:30 p.m. Eastern Time in women's lacrosse action, we'll close off the day. Grace Hesch in net for the Seahawks, as she has been all season long. It is the 31 of Lydia Akins in net for the Endicott Gulls. Salve in the all-white, Endicott in the blue. The fog is going to fight with us throughout the day here, but we will make this one work. Draw play at center, and we're underway. Scooped up for Endicott by the 29 of Jania Payne. Endicott cycles this one down underneath, looped around back up top. Payne works that one free for the 16 of Mia Smith. From the opposite side of the 8. And does not get the attempt. Endicott continues to work around the corner. Shank. Katie Shank. 20-plus goals on the season. And that one is not Katie Shank this time. As an inside hit from the 25 of Alex Palermo puts the first one on the board for Endicott. $14 and change left to play here in the first. As we said, back during the men's game, the weather has been difficult all day, and fog rolling in here on this one. As the Seahawks work this one around. Shot, score! Looping around. And the 360 goal from X comes across, and it's the 16 of Kaylee Garcia to level the playing field at 1. So Maletti back at the center as she goes against Shank for the draw. Scooped up by the Gulls. Katie Shank. Shank pushed at the 8, got that one off to the 25 of Alex Palermo, and Palermo her second of the game. So 2-1 for Endicott, and we'll go back to the circle from whence we came and draw again. And quickly, 3 goals before we're even inside of 2 minutes to play here. Scooped by Endicott. Loose ball, and they're going to call a check. The illegal contact. And Mia Smith from the 12. Smith drops that off to Shank. They'll work it around. Bailey Sheehan sent that one around the horn. Came up top. Katie Garvin for a moment. Back to Shank. Shank from the outside of the 12. Shank tries to come back through center. And a violation called on Endicott. Will put the ball back in to Salve's control. And yes, it is that foggy on the field right now. As that one tips off the edge of the stick of Maletti. Maletti will pick it up. Plenty of time for the Seahawks to still get this one settled offensively. Loose ball. Saucier picks up her own ground ball. Pereira. Cameron Baston. As Baston sent that down for Von Barren. Back up top, Baston. Pereira. Pereira tried to look for a lane, nowhere to go. She wraps herself around the 12. Sam Maletti. Backward Cam Baston up top, tried to send that one, and it goes wide off the edge of Sullivan and out into the corner. Seahawks restart, 20 seconds to shoot, and that one gets intercepted and taken the other way. That's Katie Shank. Shank drops it underneath. Kick save by Hesh. Shank dropped off to Bailey Sheehan for a second. That one comes right across the back line, and it's swept out. Key save by the Seahawks. Great awareness defensively there from the 5 of Julia Gavoni. For Stella McCormick. Dispossessed inside was Garcia. No call from the referees. Could have looked for a shooting space violation there. Picked up instead by Sophie Spalding. Tried to be worked defensively. McCormick on the loose ball. Will set that one with the 23 of Pereira. Pereira drops it into the corner. Back up top for Von Barren after it came from Pereira. Von Barren was looking for a streaking Kelly Ventura through the center, and then Ventura with a nice stick check. Getting pushed from behind a little bit there is Garcia, as Garcia tries to go for a wraparound once again. Drops for Pereira. Pereira looking for space, and it pops out right into the stick of Lydia Akins, and she'll clear this one out for Endicott. Matilda Dara Bailey Sheehan underneath as they try to go back upstairs. And a shot and a score from the 18 of Lucy Daly. Or check that, it's the 16 of Mia Smith. It may have been the 16 of Mia Smith who actually got the goal. Hard to see numbers in the fog. As Smith trots back out on the field. Bailey Sheehan for Smith. 2 of Claire Wendell. Sheehan back for Smith. Stutter step from Palermo. And it's long. For Smith. Claire Wendell. Loose ball for Alex Palermo. Six and change left to go here in the first. For the 1 of Trinity Custodia. Cannot get it. Hesh still stuck. Now she's going to roll this one instead. Trying to get it to Von Barron, and it gets scooped up by Casey O'Connor. O'Connor sets behind. And a whistle. And I think we're going to stop at the clock. And did they call a shooting space violation? Restart from the 12. So not a shooting space violation. Since she was coming for the 12. Off of Palermo as they work this one back around across again. Sheehan. Garvin. Katie Garvin tries to dip inside at the 12. Garvin with a little bit of a pick there coming across and a shot. And a whistle, I think, before the play. And it was before the shot, so Claire Wendell's going to get this one from the 8 on the space violation. Wendell from the wedge of the 8, 1-on-1. zoom that in. I can't see any. I can't even see it. No. It doesn't. Like, focus on the shot. Focus on the shot. Yeah, that good. That's better. That's better. Wendell. Hash makes the save. I just don't want parents all of a sudden bitching like that they can't see their daughter. You know. I can see it on here. Yeah, but it looks different on here. So Wendell back of the 8. They're going to have 55 seconds on the shot clock and clear Wendell from the 8. Wendell, hash split save. Keeps it at just 3-1. Loose ball. Being picked up by Salve. And the restart from Brea Healy. Sullivan. Maletti. Sam Maletti. Maletti dumped down hard right at the 8. Flag is up. See how like... No, it's not. It's because the players aren't. That's frozen. Oh, that's frozen. So Maletti from the 8. The rain at least has stopped, but the wind is pretty extensive and the fog has rolled in heavily. Maletti shot off the side of the net. Endicott working to move this one defensively. The 28 of Staunton. Mia Smith. Smith nowhere to go. It has stopped her and then doesn't. Mia Smith gets the slam dunk goal for 4-1.
Number 16, Mia Smith.
So 4:02 left to play here in the first. And Endicott, after trading goals with Salve to start, has stretched this to a 4-1 lead. for the 20 of Casey O'Connor. And O'Connor sends that one down. Carly Pierce. Pierce sends that one around the back side. Moved by Napolitano. Good dispossess from Kelly Ventura. And the Seahawks off to the races. Ventura trying to go coast to coast. And that one goes a little wide. Traced by Pereira. And they're going to say Endicott ball. Long distance clear. Connected. On the 17 of Kate Garvin. Napolitano. Mia Smith as she sent that one across the top of the 12. And picked up once again defensively by Ventura. Hesh will help out here on the clear. Sends that one into the fog. It's still seen and brought down by Cam Baston. How in the world Baston saw a white ball in the middle of all of the fog? Baston. Sullivan for a moment and then back to Baston. Dumped underneath for Von Baron. Nowhere to go as that one is plucked out and brought away by Aikens, the goaltender for Endicott. Carly Pierce. Good defensive play from the Seahawks. They push Pierce out of the 12. They try to go across to Smith. Smith right inside the 8. Smith nowhere to go. Spins that one. And the shot from Pierce is wide. Bailey Sheehan from behind. Or check that. It's the 4 of Napolitano. As that one will go wide, chased by Wagner. Inside of 45 seconds on the shot clock, and now a whistle. And a violation on Endicott. Will give the ball to Salve. Horn's going to sound here to end the first quarter of play. But the Gulls put a 3-spot more than Salve, 4-1 after 1. You're watching Seahawks Lacrosse on Fans Only Sports Network.
The ball's loose. He'll cough it back up and he'll get across for the touchdown.
Rodriguez rolls out to his right, throws it back in the end zone, intercepted in the back of the end zone.
Comes in, fires, deflected, no, rebound, score!
The handball shot off the post, score!
Gonna try a kick, goes in!
Taken away on a stretcher, shot, score! Cornell down the field, end zone! That is a touchdown!
The ball's loose. He'll cough it back up and he'll get across for the touchdown.
Rodriguez rolls out to his right, throws it back in the end zone, intercepted in the back of the end zone.
Comes in, fires, deflected, no, rebound, score!
The handball shot off the post, score!
Gonna try a kick, goes in!
Taken away on a stretcher, shot, score! Cornell down the field, end zone! That is a touchdown!
In and oh, the ball's loose. He'll cough it back up and he'll get across for the touchdown.
Rodriguez rolls out to his right, throws it back in the end zone, intercepted in the back of the end zone.
Comes in, fires, deflected, no, rebound, score!
The handball shot off the post, score!
Gonna try a kick, goes in!
Taken away on a stretcher, shot, score! Cornell down the field, end zone! That is a touchdown!
As we welcome you back and get set for second quarter action, the draw play at center as Endicott leads Salve 4-1. Scooped up by the Gulls, and they will set this one offensively. Matilda Dara. Sent around underneath as they come back up top to the 29 of Payne. Wagner. Worked by the 13 of Shank. Shank sends that one back behind the net once again. And the wraparound dumped by Kelsey Sullivan is saved by Hish, and she will clear that one out. Kelly Ventura. Ventura worked that one forward through the body of the 8 of Amelia Coe, and then picked up for an offensive zone possession. Cam Baston from Gabriella Von Barron. Cross for Sullivan. Sullivan to Garcia, and then underneath for Pereira. Sullivan. Von Barron inside, and she's dispossessed. Ball picked up by the Gulls, and it's worked around. Progressive play out of the backfield for Endicott. They try to go up over top, looking there for Dara, and instead it bounces away from her, and it's picked up here Simoletti as she can work this one forward for Salve. Bounces one for Von Barron. Sullivan comes to pick that one up quickly on the backside. She lost a handle on it, and a shooting, or not actually a shooting, just a stick in the face there will cause the whistle for Carly Pierce. Pierce lost a handle on it all on her own. And jumping in front of that one was the 20 of O'Connor. Loose balls all around, picked up as it tries to go to Von Barron, as that one came from the 6 of Ventura, and Ventura coming off kind of shrugging her shoulders. Everybody contending with the weather. 12 against 12 as Saucier defends against the 12 of Kate Wagner. Ball comes all the way back up top to be worked. Mia Smith for Shank. Back for Wagner again. Napolitano on the backside. Shank, Smith. Mia Smith diving inside. Smith tries to fire. Came across tic-tac-toe. And Kate Wagner for 5-1. 12. And change left to play here in the second. So back to center and another draw. Since 1-1, it's been 4 unanswered goals by Endicott for 5-1. Wagner, Napolitano. As the Gulls continue to work this run around the horn, Smith per Shank. Napolitano again. As she'll try to dive inside. Comes back up top of the 8, gets hit. And they'll call cross check on Salve. So Napolitano from the 8. Yeah, don't worry, never mind. Forget it, just forget it. Napolitano scores, and it's 6-1. Timeout called by Salve. 6-1. 10.5 left to go here in the second.
And oh, the ball's loose. And oh, the ball's loose. He'll cough it back up and he'll get across for the touchdown.
Rodriguez rolls out to his right, throws it back in the end zone, intercepted in the back of the end zone.
Johnson fires, deflected, no, rebound, score!
The handball shot off the post, score!
Gonna try a kick, goes in!
Taken away on a stretcher, shot, score! Cornell down the field, end zone! That is a touchdown!
And oh, the ball's loose. He'll cough it back up and he'll get across for the touchdown.
Rodriguez rolls out to his right, throws it back in the end zone, intercepted in the back of the end zone.
Johnson fires, deflected, no, rebound, score!
The handball shot off the post, score!
Gonna try a kick, goes in!
Taken away on a stretcher, shot, score!
10.5 left to go. Here in the second, and a 5 unanswered now from Endicott for 6-1. Draw play bounces. And still, and it's picked up all the way back in the defensive zone by Shank. 8 is Emily Doan as she gets that one forward for Dara. Sullivan thought that she had a loose ball pickup, and they whistle that play dead. Doan gets that one forward for Shank. Katie Shank from right at the top. Shank bounce shot. It hits off of Hesch's foot and then hits the crossbar. Came back out. Mia Smith now as she works with Shank up top. Shank inside. Shank shot score. There is in women's.
No, I know, but do you think we'll get that? This girls team's good too.
6 unanswered from Endicott. Draw play goes back for Ventura. She couldn't get the pickup. Endicott has it off to the races again. Smith and Shank. Shank shot. Saved by Hesch. Shooting space violation. And now they'll whistle for the clock to stop. And I think they're going to discuss this one to see if there was... Or did he have a flag up? The referee on the far side possibly had their flag up. And the infraction was against Endicott, in fact, so it's going to be Salve ball. So a chance for the Seahawks to work this one out of the zone as Amelia Coe works across the midfield line. Bounced the pass as she was trying to look for Edie Threshy. Threshy gets back to this one. Along with Cam Baston. Baston sends that one across for Sullivan. Sullivan thought about dipping inside. Waited for Ventura. Goes back to Baston. Threshy. Sullivan. Sullivan wanted to pull the trigger. And had an Endicott player look to be in the body of Katie Shank standing right in front of her. Threshy. Baston. Shooting space violation. And the clock will stop, and to the 8. It was Cam Baston with an opportunity. Bounced it and picked up on the backside by Endicott. Ventura with the check for the dispossess and got it called against her. Mia Smith. Smith. Looped around for the 25 of Palermo. And a space violation called is going to give the ball to Shank from the 8. Shank saved by Hesch. Popped it off and it's scooped up. And Salve's got to be super careful there. Bria Healy had a great defensive pickup. And Shank space violation called again. Coe got caught in front of Shank. Save again by Hesh. Salve needs to be careful with the clear out here. Stick check from behind there by Wagner. Picked up and still moved out as Gavoni gets this one across midfield. Julia Gavoni works down to the offensive third. Rolled one. Oh, it almost went through. Got a little help on the bounce from Kaylee Garcia. That was tricky. 6 and change here until the half. Annabelle Gray for the Gulls. Mia Smith. Claire Wendell had it up top along to Annabelle Gray as they worked that one through from Napolitano. Gray once again. Up over top, and Hish can't stop that one as streaking across was Alex Palermo. Hat trick for Alex Palermo. And 7 unanswered now for the Gulls since 1-all. And Salve in danger of seeing this game slip away from them. Thrashy in the circle. Draw play scooped up by Wendell. For Palermo again, and then they worked that one underneath. Napolitano comes back up top with Wendell. Across from Mia Smith. Annabelle Gray sends it for Kate Wagner in the corner. Wagner for Gray. Ball down on the turf. Everybody grabbing at it. Seahawks come up with it. Emma Pereira. Maybe Threshy for a second. Came back up top. Stella McCormick. McCormick inside Sullivan. That one just wide. And a yellow card issued to Holly Sullivan. So Sullivan in the box for 2. And Palermo for Wagner. Napolitano. The wind has picked up significantly here. And it's blowing cross field from behind our broadcast booth spot as that one's going to sneak in. And the fog doesn't help. And to all things being, it's 9-1. The number of answered goals to a point of counting it at this point has become irrelevant. This game was 1-1. Endicott ball with the 5 of Annabelle Gray in front of her bench. The second half may become a runaway train. And there may not be there very much that the Seahawks can do about it, unfortunately. For Annabelle Gray. Comes up top for Palermo. Napolitano. And 10-1. Did they wave that one off? Napolitano may have gotten caught inside the crease. So we stay 9-1. Two left to play here in the half. Palermo. Down for Smith. Worked for Wagner. Napolitano from the 12. From the 8. Napolitano had that one deflected away from her. And Hish lost her glove in the process. One last run for the Seahawks here with 91 ticks.
It's weird because it still shows it's white on the, it still shows the camera it's white. There it goes. What the? That was weird. Happens all the time. I don't know why.
Sorry about that as we continue to deal with weather difficulties here. We lost our camera feed for a brief moment. 1 minute left to go here in the second. You didn't miss really much action, just a back and forth play on both sides. The fog and wind continuing to blow through the Gulls field. Stadium inside Hash blocked that one on the streak attempt in from Palermo. Or sorry, check that Palermo up top here now. As that was actually down in the corners. We're trying to peer through the fog. This is Mia Smith. And stolen away. Sam Maletti. And the quarter is just going to run out. Horn sounds and we reach the end of the second. Halftime here at Gulls from 1-1 to 9-1 Endicott. We'll take the halftime break. You're watching Seahawks Lacrosse on Fans Only Sports Network.
The ball's loose. He'll cough it back up and he'll get across for the touchdown.
Rodriguez rolls out to his right, throws it back in the end zone, intercepted in the back of the end zone.
And fires, deflected, no, rebound, score!
The handball shot off the post, score!
Let's try a kick, goes in!
Taken away on a stretcher, shot, score! Cornell down the field, end zone! That is a touchdown!
The ball's loose. He'll cough it back up and he'll get across for the touchdown.
Rodriguez rolls out to his right, throws it back in the end zone, intercepted in the back of the end zone.
And fires, deflected, no, rebound, score!
The handball shot off the post, score!
Let's try a kick, goes in!
Taken away on a stretcher, shot, score! Cornell down the field, end zone! That is a touchdown!
The ball's loose. He'll cough it back up and he'll get across for the touchdown.
Rodriguez rolls out to his right, throws it back in the end zone, intercepted in the back of the end zone.
And fires, deflected, no, rebound, score!
The handball shot off the post, score!
Let's try a kick, goes in!
Taken away on a stretcher, shot, score! Cornell down the field, end zone! That is a touchdown!
The ball's loose. He'll cough it back up and he'll get across for the touchdown.
Rodriguez rolls out to his right, throws it back in the end zone, intercepted in the back of the end zone.
And fires, deflected, no, rebound, score!
The handball shot off the post, score!
Let's try a kick, goes in!
Taken away on a stretcher, shot, score! Cornell down the field, end zone! That is a touchdown!
The ball's loose. He'll cough it back up and he'll get across for the touchdown.
Rodriguez rolls out to his right, throws it back in the end zone, intercepted in the back of the end zone.
And fires, deflected, no, rebound, score!
The handball shot off the post, score!
Let's try a kick, goes in!
Taken away on a stretcher, shot, score! Cornell down the field, end zone! That is a touchdown!
The ball's loose. He'll cough it back up and he'll get across for the touchdown.
Rodriguez rolls out to his right, throws it back in the end zone, intercepted in the back of the end zone.
And fires, deflected, no, rebound, score!
The handball shot off the post, score!
Let's try a kick, goes in!
Taken away on a stretcher, shot, score! Cornell down the field, end zone! That is a touchdown!
The ball's loose. He'll cough it back up and he'll get across for the touchdown.
Rodriguez rolls out to his right, throws it back in the end zone, intercepted in the back of the end zone.
And fires, deflected, no, rebound, score!
The handball shot off the post, score!
Gonna try a kick, goes in!
Taken away on a stretcher, shot, score! Cornell down the field, end zone! That is a touchdown!
In and oh, the ball's loose. He'll cough it back up and he'll get across for the touchdown.
Rodriguez rolls out to his right, throws it back in the end zone, intercepted in the back of the end zone.
And fires, deflected, no, rebound, score!
The handball shot off the post, score!
Gonna try a kick, goes in!
Taken away on a stretcher, shot, score! Cornell down the field, end zone! That is a touchdown!
In and oh, the ball's loose. He'll cough it back up and he'll get across for the touchdown.
Rodriguez rolls out to his right, throws it back in the end zone, intercepted in the back of the end zone.
And fires, deflected, no, rebound, score!
The handball shot off the post, score!
Gonna try a kick, goes in!
Taken away on a stretcher, shot, score! Cornell down the field, end zone! That is a touchdown!
In and oh, the ball's loose. He'll cough it back up and he'll get across for the touchdown.
Rodriguez rolls out to his right, throws it back in the end zone, intercepted in the back of the end zone.
And fires, deflected, no, rebound, score!
The handball shot off the post, score!
Gonna try a kick, goes in!
Taken away on a stretcher, shot, score! Cornell down the field, end zone! That is a touchdown!
In and oh, the ball's loose. He'll cough it back up and he'll get across for the touchdown.
Rodriguez rolls out to his right, throws it back in the end zone, intercepted in the back of the end zone.
And fires, deflected, no, rebound, score!
The handball shot off the post, score!
Gonna try a kick, goes in!
Taken away on a stretcher, shot, score! Cornell down the field, end zone! That is a touchdown!
In and oh, the ball's loose. He'll cough it back up and he'll get across for the touchdown.
Rodriguez rolls out to his right, throws it back in the end zone, intercepted in the back of the end zone.
And fires, deflected, no, rebound, score!
The handball shot off the post, score!
Gonna try a kick, goes in!
Taken away on a stretcher, shot, score! Cornell down the field, end zone! That is a touchdown!
In and oh, the ball's loose. He'll cough it back up and he'll get across for the touchdown.
Rodriguez rolls out to his right, throws it back in the end zone, intercepted in the back of the end zone.
And fires, deflected, no, rebound, score!
The handball shot off the post, score!
Gonna try a kick, goes in!
Taken away on a stretcher, shot, score! Cornell down the field, end zone! That is a touchdown!
In and oh, the ball's loose. He'll cough it back up, and he'll get across for the touchdown.
Rodriguez rolls out to his right, throws it back in the end zone, intercepted in the back of the end zone.
Comes in, fires, deflected, no, rebound, score!
The handball shot off the post, score!
Gonna try a kick, goes in!
Taken away on a stretcher, shot, score! Cornell down the field, end zone! That is a touchdown!
In and oh, the ball's loose. He'll cough it back up, and he'll get across for the touchdown.
Rodriguez rolls out to his right, throws it back in the end zone, intercepted in the back of the end zone.
Comes in, fires, deflected, no, rebound, score!
The handball shot off the post, score!
Gonna try a kick, goes in!
Taken away on a stretcher.
As we welcome you back and get set for the third quarter of action, 9-1 Endicott over Salve. Draw play here at center as the fog has gotten thicker. And a bouncing ball off the turf to be picked up for a moment by Kelly Ventura. She's impacted, stick checked, and it's picked up by Palermo. Alex Palermo works that one underneath. As they scoop this one around, Annabelle Gray for Mia Smith. Napolitano from up top, shot and score. That will be 10-1. And this time it'll count. And the 17 of Katie Garvin gets the goal. Because I changed I tried to change the lighting on it because it was dark. It
looks better that way. This way you can't see anything. Yeah, that's way better. Right there.
Yeah, okay. I was trying to get like two different settings to move to try to make it lighter, but yeah. For 10-1. After the goal from Garvin on the assist from Napolitano. Sophie Spalding for Casey O'Connor. Bouncing ball runs away from Matilda Dara, and the Seahawks will pick it up. That one instead ends up off of the edge of Emma Pereira. And Palermo for Endicott. For Wendell, off of her stick, picked up her own loose ball. Palermo comes around from Exel, stutter step. Palermo cuts inside, save made by Hash. Got it to Malfetto. Ali Malfetto spins off of Palermo. Malfetto in between two Endicott players, and it's scooped up by Napolitano. Annabelle Gray. Gray works it around the top of the 12. Will go underneath. As they'll set that one with Palermo. Back up top for Napolitano. Comes across for Katie Garvin. Mia Smith for a second. Endicott will just cycle this one around. They will certainly take time All things in their favor. A 9-goal lead at 10-1. Off the stick of Wendell, loose ball. Pushed by Gray, picked up. Mia Smith. Smith spinning. Smith defensively pushed back. Good defensive play there by Cam Baston. And got the dispossess, and Malfetto picks that one up. Starts it out defensively with Hesh. Works out across for Amelia Coe. Coe for Gavoni. Gavoni dropped the ball. Coe right behind her. Coe spins off of the side of Palermo and right up in front of her bench. Coe got checked as she tried to pass and was still able to get back to that ball. Samantha Maletti. Maletti, almost a check right up high to her head from the 12 of Wagner. For Sullivan. Sullivan across to Maletti. Seahawks will set. 40 seconds to shoot. Off to Sullivan. Sullivan tried to go inside. Comes back for Maletti. Maletti sends that one. And it bounces wide of the net. Picked up on the back side. Back up to Sullivan up top. 20 seconds. Sullivan. Maletti inside. Shot, score! From the 18 of Gabriella Von Barren. So Von Barren makes it 10-2, and that's the first goal that Salve's had in a long time, since back at the beginning of this first quarter of play. We play here, 10.5 left to go in the third. Draw play, ground ball. Picked up and a whistle. On Endicott, contact to the head and a yellow card to Casey O'Connor. That's going to put the Seahawks on the advantage for 2. So contact to the head gives the Seahawks the advantage. Cam Baston streaking through. For Von Barren. Back to Baston. Baston went to swing and they're going to whistle a violation on Endicott. They're going to give Cam Baston the ball. Sullivan. Maletti. Von Barren. For Baston again from the 12. Pereira. Loose ball picked up. And a whistle and a stoppage of play and a shooting space violation is going to give the ball to Sam Maletti from the 8. And dead on, too. Maletti, shot, score! Samantha Moletti hits power play Pater. And Salve all of a sudden 2 unanswered. For 10-3. Nine and change left to play here in the third. So Moletti lights the lamp, and 2 unanswered by the Seahawks. Napolitano works this one around. They go back up top to the 29 of Payne. Katie Shank. Shank puts that one on the deck and scores. The question through the entire Triple C is, how do you stop Katie Shank? An absolutely special player in women's lacrosse. Came into the game on 20 goals in the season already. And she's added to the tally today. Picked up by Ventura. 8 and change left to go here in the third for 11-3. Baston for Moletti, back for Baston again, loose ball right in front of Sullivan, and it's picked up by Endicott. And the Gulls will work this one out. Doan sends it forward. Shank brings it in for Mia Smith to work. Right in front of Napolitano, and that one's blocked by Esch. Loose ball picked up in the backfield by the 15 of Brea Healy. Healy ducking underneath, and Palermo is going to get called for the check from behind, and then again, and another check from behind called. And Brea Healy loose ball picked up by McCormick. Stella McCormick gets bumped. Possession retained by Napolitano. Napolitano cuts it across. They'll loop this one around the 12. Mia Smith back to Napolitano. Palermo as they continue to work it around. 60 seconds left to go on the shot clock. Plenty of time on the shot clock, plenty of time on the game clock. Garvin, Palermo. Napolitano tries to cut it inside. Napolitano's shot wide. will go out of play and picked back up once again by Palermo, and she'll restart things. Annabelle Gray. Here's Smith. Smith cuts inside. Right onto the top of Gray, and then Gray tried to dump it down. Hesh in the way will make the save. Malfetto will start it out for the Seahawks. 5.5 left to go here in the third. Coe. Gavoni. Pereira. As Pereira takes this one all the way down inside, and will start this one back behind Sullivan at X. Sullivan pushed all the way back out around the 12 as Maletti to work with goes for Cam Baston. Baston. Drop-off play as she was trying to look for a streaky McCormick, and the ball's loose. Still loose and finally scooped up by Endicott. And a fast-moving Emily Doan. Gray. Loose ball. Picked up her own ground ball as she sends that one across for Garvin. Napolitano. Wendell. Garvin and the 27. As Napolitano cuts underneath and scores. "12-3. Kiana Napolitano picks up another one, and 12-3 and back to a 9-goal lead. Ground ball fought for by Ventura, picked up instead by the Gulls. They can't get a good pass off, though. Bounces through defensively. Gavoni picks this one up for the Seahawks. Gavoni on the outside as she got that one to Baston. Baston brings it across midfield. Pereira works with Baston. Here's Pereira streaking all the way inside. Pereira shot wide. Chasing it to the backside line is Edie Threshy. And they're going to say Threshy has control. Kaylee Garcia. That one's wide. And Pereira will pick it up off the back line. Threshy. Threshy tried to dip her shoulder, shot save made. Good stop by Akins. And Akins still has the ball. Akins is just walking up the field. Now she'll throw that one off onto the side to Garvin. Garvin defended by Malfetto. Gets that one through for Gray. Picked up by Wendell. Wendell spits one out to the side as they come back across up top. Opportunity from Palermo went to Wendell, and then that one is going to come all the way down, and it's going to be Salve ball. Final one and change to go here in this third. Ventura fires high. Still Seahawks ball. Thrashy starts that one out on the backside line. They go out across for Sullivan. Scooped up by Ventura. Sullivan. Whistle and a flag up. And are we going to get a card issued? No, but it is going to be Sullivan from the 8, direct. Carried out by Doan. Seahawks with one last chance here in the third. Pereira. As she has that checked out of her stick. Still a loose ball. Pereira fighting for it. And they're going to whistle this one for Endicott. Shot clock irrelevant here as they play with 20 seconds left. Payne. Dumped down inside, and that'll stop the clock, and we're going to get a free position from the 8. Shot save made by Hash. Hash scoops it up. 6 to go as she gets that one across for Coe. There's going to be no time left for Salve to move this one out of the zone, and it'll end the third quarter of play. 12-3 after 3. The fourth quarter, the final quarter to come. You're watching Salve Seahawks Lacrosse on Fans Only Sports Network.
Really good students come to Salve, but they leave, just ready to change the world.
I love Salve so much, and I love the connections that I've made. You're more than just a number, you're a name at Salve.
The 4 years have flown by so quickly. I think it's been a really great experience.
It's probably a cliche to say that Salve is a family, but it's a very, very true thing to say here.
They encourage you to just be yourself and not follow the crowd. Like if you're a person who does not want to follow the herd, you have all the resources you need to shape the person that you want to be.
People are extremely supportive of each other and very supportive of the students. The students always come first.
A lot of the experiences you get at Salve are experiences that you can't get anywhere else because of it being such a tight-knit community.
Yes, it's a small school, but it's also like the desire to be a part of something great.
And then you put it all on this campus, right? Like you get to have these conversations in buildings that you swear were built just for that purpose. This is the place where you should have big thoughts. This is the place where you should dream big dreams.
I spend a lot of time here because I want to. It's not the kind of campus you want to get away from, and it's got a really bright future.
It's not 4 years for the sake of the 4 years. It's 4 years that's changing somebody so that when they leave here, the world's going to be a better place because of it.
As a senior, I know that I'm going to miss it, and I'm also going to cherish the time that I had here.
They're going to have to drag me out of here after graduation, and I can't imagine going to get my undergraduate degree anywhere else.
We'll restart the fourth quarter of play. And a draw control play for Salve to start. Trailing 12-3. Stella McCormick. Cam Baston, as Gabriella Von Barron came across the 8. Baston inside for Garcia. Loose ball picked back up by Baston. Von Barron. Sullivan off the edge of her stick, rolls towards the line, and Sullivan right before the line was able to pull that one in. Hard shot save made by Akins. That came from Baston on the outside corner. Emily Doan as Sullivan defends against Doan. Katie Shank. Shank. Stutter step. Ball pops out to the outside corner, picked up by Wagner. Go back up to Shank up top. Underneath as they send this one around. And it is the 27 of Leia Black, as then they work it to Shank. Black cuts across the 8. Shank tried to dive down inside. Good defensive play there from the 26 of Maletti. And did it get in? It did. For 13-3. And for all intent and purpose, this game will run away. Payne picks up the goal. And we're down to 12. Clock will continue to tick away with the 10-goal lead. Payne again for the 12 of Wagner. Mia Smith. Smith backhanded attempt as she got hit, and they're going to say it was Salve ball. Back at midfield, picked up again. Shank works this one forward. Shank crosses over. Smith drops it down to Wagner in the corner. Smith for Shank. Comes underneath at X, and they wrap this one around Napolitano. Shot save made by Hesh. Ball will go out of bounds and will be Seahawks ball. Maletti. For the 12 of Saucier. On Barron. Shot. Save by Akins on the attempt from Pereira. Bailey Sheehan for Claire Wendell. Popped off of Wendell's stick by Ventura. She tried to go for Sullivan, and instead it's picked back up and moved along by Delaney Ramallo. Wagner. Sheehan. They bring this one back up top. Wendell now as she works it with the 27 of Leia Black. Back for Wagner again. Dump that one around. Wendell will pick this one back up at the 8. Popped up into the stick of Trinity Custodia. And Custodia will run this one. Custodia to Sullivan at midfield. Sullivan cross for Pereira. Pereira will peel back. Baston for Sullivan. Actually, it gets picked by Stella McCormick instead. Around the back side, Garcia. Kaylee Garcia got it! Kaylee Garcia pulls it inside 13-4 and will stop the clock with 8:36. So back under regular timing rules now, as we're within side of the 10. Draw play at center at 13-4. Draw play picked by Casey O'Connor. And O'Connor sends that one down. They'll start this one on the loop around. Carly Pierce out in the corner. She sends it up for Wendell. The 10 of Jilly Hart, I believe, that we saw out there. Black for Hart. Jilly Hart sent that one inside, batted down. As Sam Maletti picks this one up. Maletti got hit up high by Wagner and will get the restart. Hash across for Gavoni. Moved along Pereira now down the far sideline. Pereira holds for Sullivan underneath. Sullivan for Mullen. As that one went back underneath Sullivan, picked up on the back line. Sullivan, Mullen. Mullen by herself up at the 12. Looks for some help, Pereira. Emma Pereira loops around. 25 to shoot. Sam Maletti. Maletti winds. That one goes wide. Emma Pereira slides out, gets pushed out, dropped one for Sullivan, and it's picked up. Wendell moves this one along. Will not get it all the way clear as Mullen will scoop that one up. Getting caught on a dime for a moment was the 3 of Nicole Ganga. Almost ended up advantage for Salve. To the 3 of Holly Sullivan for the Seahawks. And a violation will be called on Endicott. Contact, and it will give a free position from the 12 for Sullivan. Tries to dive inside. Defended well by Wendell. Nowhere for Sullivan to go. Sullivan goes down, and she's going to get the shooting space violation this time, so it'll be free position from the 8. From the very, very far edge of the 8. Sullivan sent that one across. Was looking for some help. Sweep shot. Score. That was, I believe, the 26th. That was the 28 of Cameron Baston who got her stick to it and swept it in. So Cam Baston for 13-5.
Yeah, that was a tough one because it was like in close with everybody compacted and the fog. Cam Baston on the goal.
There is a bright light above us, and we are not talking about the lights on the stadium. We're talking about the sun, which is trying to burn through the fog as the weather finally at 5 in the afternoon here in Newport, Rhode Island is starting to clear. Or we should say we're officially in Middletown, just down the street from Newport. Newport, the home town of the Salve campus. Megan Flandreau. Shot, score. And it's the 34 of Carly Pierce. For 14-5.
No, wait. 14-5? 14-6. What? 14-6?
No, because they were only one goal ahead.
Huh?
One goal ahead.
Wait. So 14-5. As we play here with 3 and change. Pierce. Off of Black. Wagner works this one around. They come up top. Katie Shank. Bailey Sheehan underneath. Sheehan wraps her on the 8th. Sheehan, nifty little spin move. Lost her handle on the ball. Pereira almost got a hold on it. And Endicott ends up with it. Sheehan back to work. 3 left to go. Hesh will start this one. Pereira. Sullivan. Sullivan works across on Barron. Couldn't get a hold on it. Now is able to scoop it back to the 12 and get the pickup. Sullivan. Von Barron lost a handle, picked up instead by Kaylee Garcia. For Pereira with 30 seconds to shoot. Inside of 2 to play. Sullivan. Looks to shoot, sends that one across to the backside. Pereira will get it started. And a shot clock violation will get called on the Seahawks. For the 29 of Payne. Bounce play, and they'll call for the clock to stop at a free position shot for Leah Black. Black from the 8. Black, shot, score. That will take us to the end. Leah Black gets the goal for 15-5. Shot clock's off. And for all intent and purpose, even with a draw to come at center, and they're going to take this one. They're going to delay this as much as they possibly can. They'll get the draw off, but it will be sort of irrelevant. 15-5 will be the final. Endicott goes home with a double over Salve. Men's lacrosse gets the win. Women's lacrosse gets the win. That'll do it for us here from Gulls Field. We thank you so much for tuning in. We'll be back on air tomorrow afternoon, a doubleheader of Salve Seahawks softball. First pitch, 12 p.m. noon. And you can catch all those actions right here on Fans Only Sports Network, your home for Salve Seahawks sports. For our entire crew here at Gulls Field, thanks so much for tuning in. See you tomorrow.